Welcome back to another episode of Aunt and Andrew with Family's Everything.
Until it's not. Well, Andrew, this was episode 12, and you know what that means?
What?
That there's probably only about 4 more episodes left, and it's too
It's
bad
okay
because
though, because we
I
need to get through the
love
next 2 seasons so we get Jen Shaw back on our
Oh,
show.
that's true. I wanna tell you, I thought this episode was, just encapsulated so much of life in general.
Also, like how producers are so shady, like, oh, Mary, the door's over there, go look for the door. You know they did that on purpose.
There's the shore.
Or
There's the
there's the
door.
door, Mary. And I
Mary
will say that
Cosby.
going back to Jen Shaw just real quick, it is really funny if anyone has seen on social media this week, because we all know our president pardoned someone this week. Everyone is calling for him to pardon her.
Oh, really? So she can get out? Oh, that's funny. I didn't read that at all. Well, I thought it was great to see Brad. That's her son's name, right?
No,
What's his name?
Graham, right? Or not Graham. It's not Brad. I would
It's
probably know.
Brad.
No, it's not Brad. It's oh God. I didn't know what you were talking about. You said it's good to see Brad, and I thought to myself, like, when did you see my partner? Um, 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 let's see.
Meredith's sons.
Reed.
Brad Reed. Okay, it was great to see her son. And I loved how emotional the three of them were when she was being bat mitzvahed
And they were holding hands.
and holding hands. And
It
it
was
was
really
like,
sweet.
it was sweet.
I really
And
like to see that, like,
and
the
Seth was
straight brother
crying.
was holding
Yeah.
the gay brother's hand, because they're
Yeah.
brothers and there's nothing wrong with that when their mother's getting her bat
Yeah, but the
mitzvah.
sister's hand was in there
No, no,
too.
I
They
know,
were
but there's like a
they were
weirdness at
together.
times between straight men and gay men, and I'm just like that. Like, it's just good to see normal people, like in normal settings, acting normal and
They
not just
were
being weird.
acting so
That's what I'm saying. It
normal.
was normal.
It
It
was
was
so
normal.
moving and genuine. I mean, I thought everything Meredith did was kind of cool. I love when she arrived on the sleigh. I mean, it was epic, really.
It
I'm
was, but
gonna be
like
bat mitzvahed at 50. Let's go on a sleigh. I mean, it was
it
so
was one of
good.
those, but like I couldn't. This
I loved
episode
it.
was very chaotic, and it was
Yeah, but I
mostly the
loved
bat
it.
mitzvah. Like, as we all know, it was mostly the bat mitzvah. I do think that it was good. I was hoping that Mary was going to share more with Angie about Robert Jr., but
Yeah.
I'm sure
But
that's
she's
to
not
come.
ready. She's
It's
not
to
ready.
come.
Right, which
I thought
is
it was
fine.
great that Angie let Mary, like, we know there's some housewives out there that wouldn't have allowed her to just let it like be, and wouldn't have just said, when you're ready to tell me,
Yeah,
tell me. Like, that
right.
that
They
showed
would
me
have
that they're
pried.
real friends,
Yes. Right, exactly.
because
Yeah.
if they weren't, they'd be pushing it for the cameras.
Right. Now tell me, have you been to a bar or bat mitzvah?
You know that.
Yes. Okay, I have two.
I have cousins.
I would never
My cousins.
wear I know, I
Yeah.
understand. That's not I'm just being rhetorical here.
Oh.
Who wears a midriff?
Or they're gonna say,
It's
who wears the yarmulke?
no, I know. Who wears a midriff? I mean, think about it.
Oh, what Angie had on.
No,
Oh,
Bronwyn.
Bronwyn had on. Sorry. I
Yeah.
know, I saw
I
it right
mean,
away.
like it was
Bronwyn
just
was unhinged the entire bat
oh
mitzvah.
yeah, ever since well, Todd, but we'll get to Todd. Don't let's go there yet, okay? But Bronwyn is finding out what it is to be a newbie.
Bronwyn is not acting like a newbie at all. Bronwyn is
But
acting like
she
a
is.
rabid raccoon.
She is acting like a rabid raccoon, but she doesn't understand the repercussions yet about
No.
being a newbie.
No, no,
And
she's
she's
she's gonna watch. She's
falling
watching it in
right.
live time.
Oh my God. She's gonna fall into I bet you she's depressed. I mean, she must be going back thinking, why did I let them get at me? Why did I let them get at me? She's falling for every single thing newbies fall for.
She's also like not the thing about a housewife is that you have to make a big deal out about something. But
Yeah.
just as big of a deal as you make about something, you have to be able to move on from it.
Yeah,
That is
well,
what we love about the housewives.
but
We want to see chaotic reactions, crazy
yes,
statements,
right.
wild accusations, but we don't want to see it for multiple episodes. Like, we
No,
want you to
no.
move on and have another one about something else.
Yes.
And Bronwyn can't move past the hypocrisy of the group. Bronwyn, did you watch the show before you came on? One of
I
the
mean,
rules of being a good housewife is being a hypocrite.
I know.
That's one of the, you need to have that quality to be a good
Yeah,
housewife, is to be a
right.
hypocrite,
Right. She
you know?
doesn't definitely has no idea what was going on. I thought it was a beautiful ceremony. I
Yeah.
loved how everybody was crying. It brought them all together. It was just lovely. And then Peep and Mary arrived. I mean, it was iconic.
I just was so uncomfortable watching it because I was nervous that she was going to truly walk in and ruin, and I'm happy she didn't. Like, I'm
Thank
happy that it
God.
didn't go that way because I'm
Yeah.
like, it just, I was waiting for her to go in through the back and then for Meredith to, understandably so, get upset, but then not know what Mary's going through with Robert Jr. And I just was like, I had this pit in my stomach of like, oh my God, I don't want this. Like, I don't want this to happen. This is like, we like the humor, we like the funny, we like the,
That
it would have
was,
become too intense
yes.
because Meredith would have had every right to be upset. It was her bat
Hmm.
mitzvah, but
Right.
Mary would have had every right to be upset because of what she's going through with her son. And I
Yeah.
just, it wouldn't have been good. And so I'm happy it didn't go
No,
down that way.
but before we started talking, Andrew said he does believe that the production.
No, I said that I think when we walked
Oh,
on, didn't
did
I?
you? Okay.
Yeah, maybe. But I think the producers told Mary
To go to that door
to go to that door,
and
which is
knowing it
great. That's
wouldn't go
genius.
in.
That's good producing.
Yeah, that's good
They didn't
producing.
say the door's over there,
Totally.
probably. They're
Yeah.
probably like, I think the door's over there. Like
Yes.
they just they put them in these situations.
Yeah.
Maybe they blocked off the entrance so that she truly was looking for it because it wasn't a door that was open,
Right.
or like they had her go up the wrong staircase. Like it was perfectly executed.
Yes.
I thought that it was great that Heather brought her daughter. You can tell that her daughter has a relationship with Brooks and
Yes.
Chloe or whatever.
Right. Right.
And I like, it was nice Seth was able to get away from his gumad for the weekend.
He left Ohio or wherever
I
it is
thought
he
that
goes.
Whitney and Justin were well behaved. Shocker.
Yes.
Where was John Barlow?
He was there, wasn't? No, he wasn't there.
No,
No, John Barlow. Oh, you're
no.
right.
And
I
where was
actually,
Jared Osmond?
no, John Barlow, John
Was
was
not
there.
there. He was not there.
He came with her. They were holding hands as they came in.
No, 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 no. She
Who
came
she
by
arrived
herself.
then?
By herself.
She, no, she came with somebody. She was beside somebody.
She arrived by herself.
I'm going to tell you, will you please leave in the comments? I thought John Barlow was there with her
I hope
because
the
she
same
was,
person that said that that they don't like listening to me, the person in the comments this week or whatever they said that
they
I'm too
said they
much.
don't like you.
Yeah, whatever they said. And then I commented back and was like, "Oh, are you talking about Andrew? XOXO aunt," to make it seem like it was you. Uh, I hope that the person that writes that can say, "Oh yeah, aunt, you're delusional. She came in by herself."
I could have swear she came in with John Barlow.
No, she came in alone. Because when she hugged like Heather's daughter, it was like she was all by
Yeah, but she
herself.
was talking about how her husband found out he's Jewish and
Yeah, but he wasn't
everything.
there.
Really? He didn't
Hmm.
have a suit on?
Meredith's mom kind of looks like Elsa. She's had
Yeah.
a lot of work done.
Yeah, yeah, but that's
Her
okay.
sister is gorgeous,
Beautiful, gorgeous,
but so is
beautiful,
Meredith.
beautiful. Meredith's a beautiful woman.
I could
Now,
tell that her mother loved, her mom really reminded me of
who?
Alma.
Oh, you're my grandma, my
Yeah.
mother, your
Yeah,
grandmother.
because you could tell she was so amused by Lisa Barlow when
Yeah.
Lisa was talking to her. And she like didn't know like how to make of it, but it was one of those moments where your mom, my grandma, used to be like, "Oh God," like
Oh
when
yeah,
I was
like
like,
just went into it. Yeah,
"Yeah,
leaned in,
yeah,
leaned in.
loved it."
Now I thought the funniest thing is the girl who didn't get a snowflake, who I have no idea what her name is.
Maylee, I think.
Maylee, yeah, yeah,
Maylee.
yeah. Who is she? Why is she? I mean,
Well,
even
she was brought on just like Brittany was, but the
I
difference
understand, but
is that
Brittany's
she's not
taken
sticking.
off. Brittany is just simply
Brittany was
fan.
dirty to Angie.
She was dirty, but you know what? She's kind of reminds me of. She's like a female JT with Southern charm in a weird way.
What, a professional victim?
Yeah, well, JT plays that a little bit, but there's just a little bit of like, who me? Who me? What did I do? You
But
know?
Maylee made, or
Not
Miley,
Maylee. I'm
no,
talking
but
about
she made
Brittany.
a look at
Yeah.
Brittany, went towards the end of the episode when Meredith was finding out what happened or whatever. And Maylee was like, "No, Brittany, you said something about her." Like, and that is the one thing that I'm like, and I'm sure it's going to come out in the next episode or down the line. But Meredith didn't take into consideration that Brittany did say, if Angie thinks that about me, maybe she's the one that's sleeping around with
Oh
her.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
that was the only reason why Angie went
There.
nuclear.
Yeah, totally. No, I totally agree with
And
that.
for me, I'm like
Totally.
sitting there
Yeah,
as a
yeah, yeah.
viewer, and I think it's going to be one of those moments, the same way that
Yeah, but
at the
Angie was
reunion, when they show Bronwyn talking about Lisa, when she says, "That's not the Lisa I know," when
right.
Whitney is convinced that she said something terrible, Whitney's going to look like a fool because Bronwyn didn't say something terrible. Bronwyn said, "That's not the Lisa I know." And they keep
Right.
saying that she said that. So it's like, I think we're setting ourselves up for a reunion where there's going to be a lot of like, I didn't know that that's how it went down. Like, I'm seeing that more than ever now that,
Yeah, they
like,
haven't filmed a reunion yet though.
no, they haven't, but some idiot on Twitter decided to
Oh.
repost from 2022 when Mary didn't go to the reunion. And then it misled everyone to think that they filmed the reunion and Mary didn't show. It was very
Oh no, no,
misleading.
no. Now, I'm sorry.
Yeah, apparently
I
we're
had a
keeping you.
long day. I'm sorry. I went shopping all day for Christmas. It's exhausting. Somebody leave me a comment. Tell me, are you tired when you come home from shopping all day too? And I like didn't have any caffeine in the middle of the day, and it's a problem. It's a
Yeah, but
problem.
you should on
It's
days that you're
late
dirt.
night.
If
It's
you are putting,
late.
if you're walking around all day shopping, it's okay to have some caffeine. Put that in the comments,
Yeah, well,
ladies.
I didn't even see a coffee shop, which is weird. Now, Todd went and did the cardinal sin once again. He
What?
interrupted. He interrupted. He interrupted. He's too into this you know what? He needs to go back over there and don't turn his back to the ladies' activity and not get involved.
Well, as the comedian
Instead,
that was on
he's
Watch What Happens
sitting
Live with
there.
Mary said, he
Yeah.
doesn't want to be on the show.
Yeah, well then why is he interjecting
I have
himself?
no idea.
I'm
It's
I'm going to tell
so
you.
hard to understand why he's
I
on this
would
show.
not want to be Bronwyn or Todd right now when they sit down on Wednesday night and watch themselves back because they must be
But
mortified.
it's not, it doesn't take a rocket
Mortified.
scientist to know that this isn't the show for your wife if you're Todd. And I have to
Yeah.
say that like I started working with someone in my career who is worth $500 million, right? Big in venture
Okay,
capitalist guy,
just it
big.
doesn't matter. It
His
doesn't matter.
wife is gorgeous,
Yeah.
stunning, and she's part of his business, so I've interacted with her too. And I had finally had the guts the other day to say to her, "Have you been asked to be on Real Housewives of the city that they live in? Because there is a Housewives there." And the husband said, "Every single week for the past 3 years, she's gotten a phone call."
Okay.
And they laughed, and you could tell that she kind of, I don't know, I still think that she had a look in her eyes of like, I wish I could go on the show. But for them, based on what they do for a career and the
No,
wealth
they'd
and the
be
circles,
silly
they're
to.
like, no, they know that it would just get them into fights as a couple and that it wouldn't show a good representation of who they are. And I'm sure that there's a little part of her that's like, oh, yeah, I got all this money and I'm beautiful and I would fit in great on this show. And it's something for her. But instead, like, what I think, and this is where I can tell people that it's not just the show, it's Todd's way with Bronwyn, is that
Mhm.
this same person, you can tell he gives his wife so many opportunities in their business and she has her own life and she is who she is and she's her own person. So it's like Todd just doesn't want Bronwyn to be her own person. It's not just the show because in my
Oh.
mind, I don't think Todd has ever made space for Bronwyn to be her own person.
Oh, maybe. Well, he lets her be fashionable
Okay, but
and
that's
collect
also
this
so that she can
stuff.
be an accessory for him.
Okay, well, I don't know what it is, but he is sitting there on Tuesday, Wednesday nights, whatever night it is, and he's mortified with how he's coming across.
That's great. He's overweight. He's
No, no,
ugly.
no, no,
He
no, no,
has
no,
no
no.
fashion sense.
If he was good looking, if he was
He'd want to
better
be on the
looking,
show.
if he was better looking, thin, younger, and he was acting the way he's acting, he would still be mortified with himself because he
Yeah, but
needs
he
to
wouldn't act
turn
that way.
his yes, he would. That's his personality. He needs to turn his back to the ladies and not pay attention to what's going on and go, "Oh, it's the ladies again."
I
Yeah.
disagree. I think he's
No.
insecure. John Barlow is very quiet and closed off and doesn't want to really be on the show either, you can tell. But he's also very handsome. Him and Lisa have a good marriage.
Yeah,
They
see,
look great together.
I don't think it's about their looks. I think he's a controlling husband who married somebody 20 something years younger than him for no other reason but to control her.
I'm waiting for the
And
people that works
he's
for him at
finding
Palm Pilot to come
to
forward and
come
say that
out
this
and
is how
say
he
he's
is as a
this all
boss.
the time. Um, And I have to think that when he's deliberately married somebody younger, I believe this is me. If you don't agree, whatever, I believe that some men like to marry younger women because it becomes like a daughter-father thing, and that they get to tell their daughter what to do.
I just had a vision of Todd running up to you or someone near you and trying to be like, "Why are you talking about me?" And then I imagine you emerge from the corner going, "I'm the one you're looking for. It's me. It's me." From Wicked. That's what it says.
Yeah. Did you go see Wicked yet?
No, I have not.
Me either.
Yeah.
Okay, so no,
I don't like crowds.
the real best part of this show was you've got slutty hair, slutty heels, slutty clothes, and you've got a bumper. Okay? The bumper. The bumper.
I mean,
And you dress like you have a high body count. Your heels look like you have a high body count. Your hair looks like
it
you
was
have a
epic. It
high.
was mean as all hell,
It was
but it was epic.
your clothes, everything about you speaks loud body count, loud body count, loud body count. Oh my God. And then I love it. You go, you can tell I don't have a big body count. She doesn't have a big body count. She doesn't have a big body count. Like, you got a big body. I mean, I never heard it put that way, really.
Well, I didn't
High body
realize at
count.
first why Meredith got so mad, and then I remembered, like, obviously, then they showed the flashback that Angie has slut shamed Meredith before.
Meredith also.
Here's the
Yeah, yeah,
difference.
yeah.
Angie didn't slut shame Meredith before. Angie repeated what Lisa Barlow said about Meredith.
Oh, okay. There you go. Yeah, 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 yeah. And I want to tell you, in a lot of ways, Angie did give Brittani good advice.
I mean,
No, in terms of, if you don't want to, like what she said, in your hair, what's wrong with my hair? Like, she was mortified. I'm going to tell you, if Brittani comes back next year, she will have a snowflake.
yeah, but you
She
got
will.
big hair. You got a
Yeah,
high
yeah.
body
No, no,
count.
no, no, no. She will be completely different if she
Oh,
comes
yeah,
back.
totally.
She will be, her clothes will be more sophisticated. Her bumper will be gone. She'll have straight hair. I mean, she'll completely change because she's that insecure.
Totally.
But that's what
Totally.
makes her so good, is her level of insecurity, because you know what? She's a pretty girl.
I
She's a
just don't know how we
beautiful
went from
woman.
her saying she dated 3 guys to her banging 10. Like, we're
I know
together
it was
7.
it well, because she did say that she was dating like 10 guys. She was seeing 3, but
I
she
guess I
was,
just don't know where the world changed to being like, if
I
you go
know.
on a date that you're banging someone. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
like,
I
I
know,
always
but I
thought that
mean,
when you
I'm
like,
just gonna say the whole thing was epic with the slutty 90s here and the whole bit. It was fabulous. But Brooks, when he was like, "Oh, why are you crying? You're beautiful, Brittany," he said to her. And I thought, wasn't that nice of Brooks? He made her feel better.
oh, the gay guy comes and saves the day.
He did. Now, what was the best line of the whole entire
I mean, this
night?
is like asking you
Okay.
just tell me what you think.
Security,
Oh, yeah.
security, security. I'm cracking up laughing. Security, security. Oh, so funny. And here comes the security guards. Get her out of here. Poor Angie.
It
But
was
you know
really
what?
ridiculous.
Sean knew not to speak. He didn't get involved.
He didn't
Todd
because
wouldn't
he
have been
knows
able
it's
to
not
do
worth
that.
it. It's not worth
Todd
it.
wouldn't have done that.
No, but
He
Todd
wouldn't have.
wouldn't have. Todd also, though, I will say, though, like, I feel like if it was, you know what Todd would do in that situation? I hate to say it. I think Todd would be like, she shouldn't have said that. I'm so sorry she said that. Like, he would have actually sideswiped Bronwyn and actually been on the complete opposite side.
Yeah, maybe. Dude, I wonder if he really has his wife's back. I'm not sure. But security and Angie getting kicked out was so good.
Part of me feels like that he didn't want to be there. He hates Meredith.
Yes, I agree.
And he probably was
Yeah.
insecure being around Brooks. He might have been, he might have gotten a little,
Yeah, whatever. But it was nice
if
that
the rumors are true.
it was nice Mary and Mary had a moment.
Yeah, I thought it was nice.
Yeah, it was good. It was one of those events where it's pretty hard to not be nice to each other, but they didn't fail. They failed. It's impossible for them all to be nice to
Yeah,
each
it's
other.
impossible
And
for
they're
them all.
going to Puerto Vallarta, and I loved how they
They
had
told us
Lisa.
that.
Yeah, they said that they're going to Puerto Vallarta. Yeah,
And
but
this
I
is where
love
we
it.
must hear the all Lisa lunch coming up.
I hate her. She hates her. I hate him. He hates me. But I hate Whitney Rose. That was how she ended it. And it's going to be good next week because they're going to Puerto Vallarta.
And they
You,
have a lunch where they all dress up as Lisa.
oh, I want a Heidi.
I know you do.
I want a Heidi party someday. Okay. Who's your mess?
My mess has to be, I have to say my mess is Brittany, but in a good
Yeah, me
way,
too.
because
Yeah.
I can't blame Angie for getting upset about this
I
because
know.
Angie has reacted to Brittany in each situation.
Right.
Brittany got mad that she brought a bottle of wine. I do not believe that Angie was doing anything wrong with that. I think she
I
was
don't
clearly going,
either. I
I'm
don't
not saying
either.
that she shouldn't have
I
maybe
agree.
thought,
I
should
agree.
I bring a bottle of wine? But she went
Yeah.
off of seeing her drink all the time.
Yeah.
And then she heard that she called her a slut, that she slept around with people. So like she went nuts. Now, Angie, you went over the top, but that's why we love you. So
Yeah, I love
it is what it
Angie
is.
that way. She doesn't mind. She's a Greek mafia. She brings it.
Yeah. Well,
All
follow
right.
us, like us,
Subscribe, do all that
subscribe,
stuff. All right,
and
guys.
see you soon. Bye, guys.
Bye.